All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh by Shem Shai, by Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well. A salutation to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Now, this is a clip on what's going on in Central America. The Lord is sending all type of storms through Central, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, South America also. But I have a couple clips I just wanted to bring out and get into some precepts. So,
emergency workers are carrying out critical rescue missions across a large portion of Central America. Heavy rains from the remnants of Hurricane Ada have caused widespread flooding and mudslides. The north coast of Honduras has been especially hard hit. Here, flooded roads and collapsed bridges have made it difficult for rescuers to reach those stranded by the floodwaters.
This is the first time something like this happens, but everything is flooded over there. Everything is flooded.
On Tuesday, Ada slammed into the Nicaraguan coast as a powerful Category 4 hurricane. Despite being downgraded to a tropical storm, the slow-moving system has continued to drop torrential rains across Nicaragua, Honduras, and Guatemala. It's the worst natural disaster to hit this region in more than 20 years. On Thursday, Honduran officials issued evacuation orders, warning citizens to move quickly as weather conditions continue to worsen.
This amount of water falling on the mountains gives us the space of 2 hours, maybe a little more, but let's not give it any longer. Let's keep 2 hours in mind to be able to evacuate, to protect people's lives.
In cities like La Lima, people waded through flooded streets, many desperately seeking help for their families trapped by the rising water.
No help has arrived. We've been calling 911 since this morning for them to come, for the firefighters to come, but no one has shown up.
Authorities in Guatemala say torrential rains and mudslides have already claimed several lives. To make matters worse, weather forecasters say Ada could regain force in the coming days, as it now heads on a predicted path toward Cuba and the Florida Peninsula. Manuel Rapalo, Al Jazeera.
all right, and that's one of the first clips. This is in the Philippines.
But many are...
Slaki, I'm going to get back to South America before I go to the Philippines. South and Central America.
sweeping away trees and cars and burying homes. Heavy rains brought on by Hurricane Iota didn't take long to submerge homes in parts of Colombia. Severe flooding forced many onto roofs to wait for help. Some had to wade through waist-deep water to find safety, or use whatever they can find to help them move. People describe how quickly the water rose in their homes after major rivers burst their banks.
Since 12 a.m., the river has been going up. When we least expected it, the water level was above the house.
In the tourist city of Cartagena, floodwaters powered through the streets, bringing the city to a standstill. Rising waters triggered landslides in Antioquia province, sweeping away trees and cars and burying homes. Rescue workers are looking for anyone who's missing or stranded, combing through mud and debris.
I have a niece who was buried. She was trapped in the mud with two little children.
Hundreds of people are now being moved. President Ivan Duque visited the flooded areas and told people to take precautions.
We need families to go to shelters. Understand that the risks have not gone away. In the meantime, we will continue to provide humanitarian support as well as other tools that the national government has at hand, together with the local government.
Electricity and phone lines have been cut in many rural areas. Local authorities say it could hamper recovery efforts.
We know that we have gone from an emergency situation with the COVID-19 and we are trying to reactivate the economy, and this flood has complicated the situation considerably.
The region is still dealing with the aftermath of last week's Hurricane Eta, and the recent severe weather system won't let up. Forecasters expect Hurricane Iota to intensify into a Category 4 storm as it heads towards Central America. Rahila Mohammed, Al Jazeera.
All right, let me see.
Honduras. Deadly waves that have...
Slovakia. Slovakia. Okay, either the same one, iota. I think this one right was a good one too.
This is what the eye of Hurricane Iota looked like from the sky. But on the ground, it brought more devastation to Central America, already battered by a major hurricane 2 weeks ago. Iota unleashed torrential flooding and winds of 250 kilometers an hour on Nicaragua before reaching Honduras on Tuesday. It left a trail of destruction as the military struggled to bring people to safety. 40,000 were evacuated from their homes in Nicaragua, 80,000 in Honduras.
No tenemos para dónde agarrar.
We have nowhere to go. We can only hope that God will have mercy on us.
Iota made landfall just 25 kilometers from where Hurricane Haida hit 2 weeks ago, killing more than 120 people. This time the death toll might be considerably lower after Iota was downgraded to a tropical storm.
The preliminary report we were given deals with toppled trees, light posts, and electrical lines. Also roofs of destroyed homes and businesses.
Iota first pushed over the Colombian islands of San Andres and Providencia on Monday. It is the strongest storm to hit Colombian territory on record.
I spoke with the mayor of Providencia. He gave me information about the damage, which we were able to see from the flight. Up to 99% of our infrastructure has been damaged.
There's been an unprecedented number of storms and hurricanes this season.
It has turned out to be even worse than we thought. It started earlier and is going to end even late. For example, continued flooding in countries like Guatemala, Honduras, in Nicaragua is going to affect the incoming harvest. And this will severely strain subsistence farmers, and already, whilst it's still early days, it is quite clear that this will extend the emergency even into mid-2021.
But for now, the attention remains on the still heavy rains that could bring more flooding and deadly landslides in the region's already saturated soil. Alessandro Ampietti, Al Jazeera.
Oh, Slovakia. Pressing too many buttons.
Islands of San Andres and Providencia. Central America is facing its second major hurricane in as many weeks. This is Nicaragua as Hurricane Iota approached landfall. A storm surge of up to 6 meters and winds of 250 kilometers an hour battered northern beaches.
This is the 5th hurricane I've seen in my life, and it's one of the strongest and most destructive hurricanes we've ever seen.
Iota made landfall in Nicaragua just 25 kilometers from where Hurricane Eta struck 2 weeks ago. It killed more than 120 people. Residents traumatized by Eta fled again. We are asking people to help us take our things to another place. Please, we are asking them to take us to where it's safe because it's not safe here. I'm afraid for my life. Iota crossed the Caribbean as a Category 5 hurricane. It's the strongest storm ever recorded in the Atlantic this late in the year. Records began in 1851. Iota first pushed over the Colombian islands of San Andres and Providencia. It's the most powerful storm to ever hit Colombian territory. The devastation there is immense.
There is maximum damage to the infrastructure. We're talking about 98% of the infrastructure on the island of Providencia being ruined.
Iota is expected to move next to Honduras and Guatemala, soaking the already sodden track of Hurricane Eta. Their presidents joined forces to ask for financial aid, with the economic forecast just as dire.
Ha quedado claro.
It has been scientifically verified, and seeing it in practice, that Central America and Honduras are among the regions in the world most affected by climate change. We have a problem. Countries know that due to their industries, that they are the greatest generators of climate change effects, so they have green funds available, but it's extremely difficult for us to access the funding.
The 2020 Atlantic hurricane season has seen the most named storms on record. So many that meteorologists ran out of names from their set list. People across Central America are hopeful Iota is the last one of the year. Charlotte Bellis.
Khan. So as you can see, the Lord is jacking up the so-called Latino tribes at this point in time. So I can give me 1 second. Right, and I was just checking out also that up in Central America, that's where the Ring of Fire is. A part of the Ring of Fire is in Central America, and that's where all the volcanoes and stuff be at. But, that's the Lord just jacking up the 12 tribes, the Latino tribes, so-called Latino tribes, man. Because we at the end of this man's society, and, you got brothers that's been waking up all over the world right now. So the word's out. It's about almost time to wrap this thing up. This Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and a flame of devouring fire. Right? So, that's what's going on. Second Ezra 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the later time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Right, man? So, a lot of them Latino tribes are into the Roman Catholicism, witchcraft, everything but Yahweh Shema Shai, man. So they getting miseries, man. Like the lady said, all they can do is hope for mercy. The mercy is being given now, man. The only way you're gonna get it is by coming back to the Bible, and there's gonna be a lot more people dying, but a lot more women are going to perish than men, because more women than men. This is Psalms chapter 68, verse 20. He that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto the Most High, the Lord belongeth the issues from death, right? So the Lord determines who die. The religion how you believe in that is Satan, that's killing everybody, or this white man, or some drug dealer, or some petty thief, or some thief, or something, but it's really Yahweh Shema Shai. In the times we're living in, you Latino tribes, so-called Latino tribes, Central America is Zebulun, and let me see. Right, and Colombia is Asher. So y'all are a part of the Northern Kingdom that came before the Southern Kingdom. Y'all came to America first, or the Americas, and Christopher Columbus didn't come to North America. He only was in South America. He came to South America. If I'm not mistaken, Central America. Central America. And then his son came to Diego Columbus came to North America, But yeah, right now in the times we're living in, y'all supposed to be coming back to Yahweh Shema Shai. The women's supposed to be lining up and acting as Israelite women. The men's supposed to be acting as Israelite men, and dropping the philosophies that Esau, this devil, the Edomite, the Caucasian man, has pushed out. His philosophies went over the whole world. You got rap, drugs, witchcraft all over the world because of this devil, man. And a lot of them nations were already doing it. Esau just pushing it so heavy and legalizing it. But long story short, all the nations are going to be judged and put in captivity for what's going on with the blacks, Native Americans, because all the nations came together to take down Israel, man. And keep us asleep. The elites of these nations know who we are. A lot of your presidents and senators and stuff like that, or presidents, probably some of your senators, know who you are according to the Bible, especially in the times we're living in now. So, where's that precept at? The second Ezra chapter 13, verse 39, and whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king. Right, and y'all's Bible, y'all history is in the scriptures. Whom Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, which was Salmanasar the fifth, read 2 Kings chapter 17, the whole chapter. Led away captive and read the Assyrian history with the Israelites, man. And it gives you the information, It says, whom Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, right, which was over here in America, man. That they might keep their statues, which they never kept in their own land, right? And that's the reason why, one of the reasons why we know who you are, because of, y'all was keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man. The Hebrew was brought over to the Americas. A lot of the customs were brought to the Americas, and then on top of the curses, us being up under the curses, you line up with the curses, man. The truth is out here. It says, that they may keep their statues which they never kept in their own land, and they enter into the Euphrates by the narrow places of the river. For the Most High then shewed signs for them, and held the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of 1.5 years, and the same region is called Ashereth, which meant another land, which was over here in the Americas. That's how y'all got to South Central and North America. This is Job chapter 8, verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, which is your history, according to the Bible, because the Bible is where you start. The Bible is going to be your filter as you sift or go through the information that Esau has put out here about who you really are, And prepare thyself to the search of their fathers, right? The history that comes from the Bible. You have to start with the Bible, man, and stop trusting in man and idols, But I don't want to drag it out too much longer. With that being said, Kahola, Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well. And salutations to the brothers and sisters in the truth and sincerity. Shalom.